So this is a modern amateur reproduction of a bronze mirror, such as were common from Egypt to Ireland through the Iron Age. Now, please see the image below of an authentic Iron Age Egyptian mirror. I picked this reproduction up from an unknown artist at a medieval fair who'd bumped into images of such mirrors while doing research and had not been able to resist recreating one. Many, not all, of the surviving originals are elaborately decorated, but even this very simple form is really lovely. As captured so perfectly in the shot of the mirror reflecting a white fabric rose, there's a depth and a softness to a polished metal mirror, and of course a warmth from the copper alloy here that's just nothing like the foil-backed reflections we're used to now. This mirror really magnificently came into its own when I brought it along to a session of the local Rosh Chodesh women's group, where Robin Cohn was presenting her research into the mysterious subject of the women at the entrance to the tent of meeting. This is one of those topics that's incredibly challenging because the phrasing and nature of the scriptural references to these women makes it clear that the text assumes we're familiar with who they were and what they were doing there. And we just no longer are. They were part of a tradition that survived for hundreds of years, and we have very few clues now as to what it was all about, except that the laver and basin for sacrificial use were made from the copper alloy beaten out of the mirrors of these serving women who served at the entrance, which had to be both a considerable honor and a considerable sacrifice. For the time, this would have been an heirloom to pass down to your daughter and granddaughter and great-granddaughter. Archaeologically, so many have survived because they've been included in treasure troves. Now, on that special evening, Robin Cohn was presenting on the electrifying idea that these women may have been a female honor guard for the tabernacle. The word here for served, Sava'u. Elsewhere, it refers almost exclusively to military service. The only reason it isn't translated that way here is because the text is talking about women, so there's been an enduring presumption by translators that female military service just wouldn't be happening. Accompanying this, Robert Cohen brought other references to specialized female warriors from neighboring cultures of the same period, and we discussed the idea that these women may have given up their mirrors, the symbol of a more conventional domestic face of femininity, as part of their commitment to a guardian sisterhood dedicated to divine service. And all the while we were discussing this, we were passing around and looking at our own reflections in this mirror. And after a while, the mirror ended up in Robert Cohen's own hands, and she just cradled it up to the very last minute of our session. Historical reproductions, as rare as they may be to come by, have the potential for an almost totemic magical influence on study. It's as though a little bird in your head starts singing, "This was life. This was life." Now, having the mirror there did not answer or engender any specific questions, and yet at the same time, its presence added immeasurably to the chemistry of our study. It was like having a person who had been there, sitting silently in the room, holding our hands.